how to reach us. You can reach us on Facebook, Joy News on TV, and we will be reading your comments on the issues that we've posted. And one of the first issues we're starting with has to do with corruption. Former moderator of the Presbyterian Church, Reverend Professor Mate, has expressed his dissatisfaction with Ghana's current laws on corruption, adding they are not stringent enough in punishing corrupt persons. Reverend Mate is therefore suggesting a review of these laws to curtail what he describes as massive corruption that has engulfed the country. The Reverend also says a constitutional direction is needed to streamline the size of government in the country, explaining that the large size of government has a tendency of breeding corruption. Do you agree with his assertions? We hit the streets, and here's what she said.
Actually, I don't really agree that a larger government leads to corruption. Basically, the whole thing is all about if you have a system of the government or the structures are made to work. Working means once there's a perceived corruption, they must act on it, irrespective of the party that commits it. But the problem we have in Ghana is we believe in you don't want to touch, so we say A because it belongs to my party. That must stop.
Our constitution has given very greater or ample issues that we can use to deal with corruption. Just that we are refusing to apply the principles that are stated in the constitution. If officials in government will go according to the principles in the constitution, I think it has given ample issues to be used to deal with corruption.
It's all about being able to control, having a large government or large government officials in terms of monitoring to be quite on a difficult side. So on that basis, I do agree with him.
So that's what you're seeing on the streets. Let's get on to Facebook. By Jeremiah says, no, what are the alternative law proposed by Reverend Mate? Corruption allegations without fact or alternative measures to fight it is also corruption. All these allegations without facts can impede the effort in fighting corruption. Do the huge members in this church corrupt the moral values of the church? That's a question by Jeremiah is asking. Judicious Withdraw says, I agree with him perfectly because our laws are not strong enough to deal with government officials, especially when they are in power, because they always do some cover-up when they know that it may tarnish the party image, and also some part of our same laws protect them, especially when they are in office. This has been the most difficult thing affecting us to fight in the fight against corruption, because they always hide behind that. And Kwesi Boateng says, our current laws on corruption favor the corporates than the state. No wonder leaders of Jeddah, Suba, Wyoming, Free Ankara are all walking around freely, talking about the size of the government. I'm glad he said it has a tendency to breed corruption, but didn't say they are corrupt. Remember, even the devil was once an angel. Sadat says he can get out of the room if he thinks there is too much heat. Someone steals just a phone and the person is jailed for 10 or 20 years. Don't you think the life of the person has been wasted? Reporting to Joy News. Sadat Larry. Wow. And Prince Nuruddin says, life size of government has nothing to do with the tendency of breeding corruption, but rather to ensure that pledges by the government of the day is fulfilled. So those are some of the comments you've sent us on Facebook. Now, also today is World Food Day, a day set aside to promote worldwide awareness and action for those who suffer from hunger and for the need to ensure food security and nutritious diets for all. Question is, how do you ensure that the meal you consume is wholesome?
Before I die, look at the environment. Environment is very important. If it's not hygienic, I won't buy the food, no matter what. But then if it's cool, let's say clean environment, I'll buy the food.
I have to see that the environment is clean. The person selling is also neat before I purchase any food item from the person. When you get the food, you yourself as an individual, you play a major role by also being hygienic yourself.
Marketplaces, so I'm very selective in where I buy my things, because some of the marketplaces are not healthy enough. And so I try to get my things from a wholesome market. I mean, my marketplace is a neat place. Apart from that, how to keep the food too at home before even it's prepared. Maybe we have to refrigerate some of them. Yes.
Kodo Gilbert says, it is rather unfortunate we swallow akple and fufu while we chew fish and meat. We should have been the other way around because digestion of carbohydrates starts from the mouth. And then he gets some people to respond. He said, Ogbodo says, so you suggest we swallow fish and chew akple? And Peter Frank says, digestion of all food starts from the mouth. Kwesi Boateng then comes in, says, you can go ahead and be swallowing your tilapia and chew fufu, none will fight you. And then we go to Very Makubaji, says, with respect to fruits, I ensure they are very well treated before I take them. For my favorite fufu delicacy, I ensure it is prepared from a very hygienic environment and the morsels are without compounded items. Then Edziban, Okay, Ogbodo comes, I don't really know. So long as the food occupies a portion of my stomach and friends' hunger, I am good. By Jeremiah says, I don't know. I only consume whatever food comes my way. I wish I get some dietitians to educate me more on food consumption. Judicious Drew says, sometimes I don't check what matters. What matters is my favorite, and it's being prepared in a hygienic way, and I consume and be satisfied. That's all. Kwesi Boateng says, you are in Africa, precisely Ghana, and you are talking about wholesome foods. My brother, my sister, you are not hungry. No, the fact that we're in Africa doesn't mean that we don't care about wholesome food. Asem Abba, to eat and be fully okay. The rest belongs to the toilet because they have no say. Reporting to Joy News. So that's Larry. Wow. Isaac Kodro says, I have not employed a dietitian, so I eat what I get. Prince Nurudin says, check the source of food you consume. Nana Oko says, I'll comment after eating. Wait. Panachal says, I look at how it is packaged and above all sanitation around the food vendor before purchasing or even eating. Ofori Wagner says, boiled plantain, mashed contomere with palm oil is wholesome. Atosa Aziz says, okay, Bodo Chukuma, who's posted a comment already, says, I don't really know. So long as the food occupies a portion of my stomach and prevents hunger, I am good. Then he comes with his own advert. And Fred Abadu says, African gems are not harmful.